Well, good evening, Raw Nation. This is my first ever non-video post. I am currently driving home from New York City. It's about 10:40 at night. I'm moving along at a good clip. I won't say how fast, but I'm moving along at a good clip. And I figured I'd chat with you guys a little bit. I was getting ready for the show on Monday, which we unfortunately had to cancel. We've had some power issues. We were without internet and Wi-Fi in my house for almost a day and a half. Just seems like so much crap is just going on. And it's like, how much more crap do I have to deal with? So getting ready for Monday's non-existent show, I was, something popped up about, that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. So I was just kind of going through all the other months to see what is June, what is July, what is March, what is October, what are all the months in terms of like awareness? And of course, October is breast cancer awareness, and June is Pride Month, and September is childhood cancer awareness, and May is mental health. So I just was going to talk about that on Monday, but we're still in May, so I'm driving home, and I'm like, let me talk to Raw Nation here a little bit. And it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and it's just been like so much crap going on, and I'm up, I'm down. But the one thing that I'm going to try to get better at is being grateful. You always hear the saying, that's a first world problem, right? I have to get better at being grateful. And I'm going to get better at not letting little things really bother me. I'm going to be better at not allowing things that I cannot control bother me. So for instance, on Sunday, we lost power. And what pissed me off is the generator worked, but then the generator died. So it's not a big deal to lose power if you have a whole house generator, which I do, but the generator didn't work. So that would have set me off, right? But number one, I cannot control the power going out. It was a blown transformer, and it was me and my neighbor. That was it. Everybody else had power except for me and my neighbor because of this blown transformer. So it was hot Sunday, but there was a beautiful breeze. So we opened up all the sliders and got some air going through the house. We had good friends over, and so the power went out. Big deal. So when the power wasn't back after our friends left, we went over to a lovely restaurant in Kent, Connecticut called Swift. They make a really good wood-fired pizza. So I said, well, we have no power. Let's go over there. So Trish and I and Kendall headed over to Swift. And then we got home, and as we were leaving for the restaurant, the electric trucks were pulling up to the house, to the street. Well, when we got home, they were still there. I was like, son of a bitch. So we got in the house. I walked out to talk to these three guys, and they honestly thought I was walking out there to yell at them. And the old me would have, but I'm like, I gotta stop being so fucking angry all the time. Every little thing sets me off. So I went out and I thanked them for coming, for work. It was 9 o'clock on a Sunday night. So I thanked them for being out there working. And here I am saying I'm not going to get angry. And as I'm driving, this schmuck is riding my ass. I'm not going to get angry though. I'm going to let the asshole go around me. I'm in the flow of traffic. This guy's riding my butt. So I went out to thank them and told them how much I appreciated the fact that at 9 o'clock on a Sunday night, they're out there working to get my power back. And they were like so genuinely taken aback that I wasn't coming out to yell at him. I said, well, how much longer do you think it's going to be? Just for the hell of it. He's like, it should be done by 10. And I said, all right, well, if you're not done by 10:01, I'm going to come out here and yell your ass. And he laughed, I laughed, I went back in the house. Well, the power came back at 9:53, and it went out again at 11. And it came back like in the middle of the night. But, so that was one thing, right? And then, and now the internet's out. Like some tree came down, we have no Wi-Fi, we have no internet. I'm like, God, and you realize how dependent we are on the internet in our homes, right? And I'm like, I can't control that either. I can't control the tree coming down that took it out, and I cannot control Xfinity's response to it. And I'm reading, Pauling's got a Pauling community group Facebook page, which people are just dumb and idiotic, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, look at the anger, look at the stupidity, look at the misinformation, look at the complaining and the fight, and then the fighting. So, so mental health awareness month here. Like, I have got to get better. I think everyone should be more grateful, right? I was just talking to Trish on the phone before I started doing this little audio message to Raw Nation, and we were just talking about how this year has not gone according to plan. It really hasn't. Like, we're 5.5 months into the year, and we're, we had a move, and it's just things are definitely not going according to plan. It's not a bad thing. Not that bad is happening. It's just hectic. It's busy. We're a little disorganized. We're a little frazzled. But it's not bad stuff. And she talked about the move and how it's thrown us for a little bit of a loop, right? And we're a little disorganized because you move and it takes you time to pack up, it takes you time to unpack. So she made a comment how she has stuff at the house and stuff at her office, but she made a comment about how grateful she is that we're in this great new house and we have room in our basement for stuff she needs for work. So, like, it made me think, I'm like, what a great way to look. Like, she's grateful for that. And I'm like, that's definitely something I need to get better at, is being grateful. So I just thought I'd get on here and chat a little while I'm driving and throw a little reality at everybody and just say to everybody, we should all try to be a little bit more grateful. And we should all be a little bit more understanding. We should all have a little bit more patience. We should all try to be less angry, less mean-spirited. Not that I was ever mean-spirited, but like the crap that I've dealt with since Wednesday would just drive me nuts. The generator going, the power going out, the internet going out. I took Kendall down to Maryland to look for apartments, dealing with that bullshit. And people just not doing their job, not doing what they say they're going to do. Waiting on a heating and air conditioning company that is so full of shit. And if they piss me off tomorrow at the next show, local people that are local to Pauling, I will tell you the name of this heating and air conditioning and HVAC company. And I'll tell you, never use these people because they stink. They're turds. And I'm like, I'm not going to yell. I'm not going to get angry. Hopefully they're coming tomorrow. They were supposed to come Friday. They didn't. They were supposed to come yesterday. They didn't. Then they're telling me I was wrong. Oh, boy. I might blow them up anyway on the next show. We'll see. So, all that crap that would make me lose my mind. It would make me lose my mind. And I'm grateful that I have the ability to call a repair company, I guess. That's what I'm going to look. So I am trying to live my life more harmoniously. Less anger, less frustration. I'm a big Seinfeld fan. And there's an episode where Frank Costanza, George's dad, when he gets angry, just yells the phrase, "Serenity now." Serenity now! I have a Serenity Now button on my desk that I hit it, and it's Frank Costanza going, "Serenity now!" So I am now subscribing to the Frank Costanza method of Serenity Now. And that makes me laugh when I say Serenity Now. So that's the way I'm going to try to live my life. More serenity, less frustration. More serenity, less anger. More serenity, more gratitude, more positivity, more letting things roll off my mother effing back. Because I am the king of letting things that I cannot control just grate on my soul to the point where I get so angry. It's probably fucked up my health, I would think. Right? It's definitely increased my stress levels. It's probably taken years off my life in some way, shape, or form. But I am going to jettison people that I don't want to be around. I'm going to jettison situations that I no longer want to be part of. And I'm going to start to take life, which I've said this before. My wife has a great saying, life is relentless. I think I've said a few times, life just continuously tries to kick you in the balls, and it's not just me, it's everybody. Everybody out there has their cross to bear. Everybody out there has shit to deal with. Everybody out there has negativity. And I'm going to live my life where I'm going to smile at everybody and be kind to everybody, because you don't know what people are dealing with. People don't know what I'm dealing with. People don't know what my family is dealing with. Right? It's one of my issues with Facebook. Everything on Facebook is fucking perfect. It's not. People's lives are not perfect, but they put their best foot forward with Facebook. That's another shit company. For those of you that don't know, I was at a dinner tonight with a colleague, and he didn't see him himself because his wife got fired today. She was one of the 8,000 people to get laid off by good old Mark Zuckerberg and Meta. You know, because they're going to take that money they just saved and continue to build their AI platforms. You know, after Oracle laid off tens of thousands of people, and I'm telling you, Amazon lays off tens of thousands of people. Right? So, how the hell did I get on that tangent? I don't even know what I was talking about. But I just, I wanted to just get on here as I was driving, because I just want, I was saying how no one knows, you don't know what people are going through. So I'm at dinner with my buddy from work. You know, we're having a great, but he just didn't seem himself. And I said, privately, I pulled him aside and said, "Are you okay?" And he opened up to me. Right? So, be nice to everybody, because you just don't know what is going on in someone's heart, in someone's mind, behind closed doors. So I think we should all try to live. Maybe this is the Raw Nation North Star. The North Star of Raw Nation. Serving Up Raw wants you to live a more kind life, a more patient life, a more aligned life, a more positive life, a more loving life, a more grateful life. Right? That's the stuff that I am now kind of pushing myself to adhere to. I'm not going to get mad in traffic anymore, because guess what? I cannot control that. Right? I was trying to catch a train to get out of the city tonight, up to my car, and you know, I missed the train I wanted to get on by like 2 minutes. And I'm sitting in traffic trying to get to Grand Central, and I'm like starting to get stressed. I'm like, well, wait a minute. The GPS is telling me we're not going to get to Grand Central till 9:18. The train leaves Grand Central at 9:16. Why am I getting stressed? I missed that train. So be it. There's another one 9 minutes later. Now, it was a longer train ride. It wasn't the express train. So a 35-minute ride became a 51-minute ride. So I got a bottle of water and I relaxed on the train. I started to get angry, but I nipped it in the bud. So there's the other saying for serving it up raw. Let's nip things in the bud, people. All right, that's it. I've talked long enough. It's made my ride go a lot quicker. So I hope everyone is having a lovely Wednesday at 10:52 now p.m. here. I'll do more of these, maybe. We'll see. But try to live your life as best you possibly can. Live it better, folks. And everybody have a lovely evening. And we'll talk soon. Bye.